All right, everybody, welcome to class. My name is Teacher Chad, and I'm so very happy to be here with you this morning. Well, it's morning time for me. It may be a night or afternoon for you, but yes, it's a morning time for me. Good morning. This hour we are going to be practicing our reading and pronunciation as we read through a short story that is entitled Sunrise. All right. The link is right here in the chat box. Okay, so go ahead and open that up when you get a second. I'll also put it in the Google chat box for you. All right, so the link is both in the Verbling and Google Chat. Okay, and let's see who we have in class first. All right, let's see, Sergio, how you doing?
Hi, Chad.
Hey there, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. You?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Nura, how are you?
Hello, Teacher Chad. I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing great. Awesome. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
All right. How about Igor? How you doing, Igor?
Hi, I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking.
Thank you.
And Dennis, how you doing?
Hello.
Hey there.
I'm doing fine.
Excellent. Good to have you back. All right. And Claudia, how you doing?
Hi. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning to you.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. Okay, you guys, give me 1 second here. Okay, here we go. All right, so I would like for you to go to the link that I put up on the page. All right, and let's go to our story and go ahead and get started. And so let's see. Nadia, how you doing, Nadia?
Fine, thank you.
Hi, good to have you here. Alpha, welcome to class. Very good. So let's start off with Claudia. And
hi.
Okay, Claudia. This is
yes.
a big first paragraph. So let's have you read about half of this here. So I'll have you read down to morning. So from the very beginning, and then down here to where it says things would be back to normal in the next morning. Okay. So go ahead and read that.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to start with the title.
Okay.
Sunrise by Araya Willery. Okay. Sunrise. I never thought that I would be writing this. In fact, I never really thought that I would be alive at all after these 6 dreadful years. My whole life changed one night when my dad woke me up at 1 a.m. I was half asleep when when he dragged me out of the bed and tried to explain what was happening. In all my 14 years, I had never seen such a serious look in his eyes. As he tried to explain something called a corona mass ejection. Ejection from the sun. He knew about these things because of his radio hobby. Mom and I thought that he was crazy when he had bought an old tube radio some years before. Teacher, please. You have to say me when I need to stop.
Okay, yeah, I will. No worries.
Okay. Um, uh, uh, sorry, I lost the line. Sorry, just one moment. He had said that it was the only type of radio that would work in the event of a large electrical pulse from a nuclear war. All modern day technology would be useless, he had said, unless, unless it was somehow shielded. There had not been a war, but nonetheless, early that day, everything had stopped.
Okay, that would be stopped working.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we can. I can have you stop there. That's fine. I was going to have you read just a bit more, but that's okay. So let's go to a few words that we can practice. Okay, Claudia.
Yes. Okay.
All right. First up, look here on the screen. The word is shielded. Okay, this is an SH sound. You had said shielded. Okay, with a CH. This is shielded. Try that, please.
Shielded.
Good, much better. All right, now this next word is a fairly difficult word because we start off with the W, which creates an oo sound at the beginning of words. Okay, but
Okay.
right after the oo, we have an Okay, you had been saying wood. The word is wood. Try that. Wood.
Wood.
Good, much better. One more time. Wood.
Wood.
Good, okay. Let's go to the word years. Okay, now with that Y at the beginning, you pronounced a Spanish Y, saying years.
Yeah.
Okay. With the Y, we say years. Try that.
Years.
There you go. Good. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's go to the word bot. Okay. The OUGH here makes an aw sound.
Okay.
Okay. So instead of saying boat, it is bot. Try that, please.
But.
Good. One more time. Bot.
But.
Awesome. Very good job. Okay. And I've got the word dragged. Okay. Now this has an ed ending on it. Okay. That ed only makes a d sound. The word is dragged.
Dragged.
Good. One more time. Dragged.
Dragged.
Excellent. And one last word. Okay. When you see the double e, okay, in most cases it's going to make a long e sound. All right. You had said a slip. Okay. Don't be afraid of that e. Okay. We want to say slee. A slee. That's a Spanish I sound. A slee. A sleep. Try that.
Okay. Asleep.
There you go. That's it. Okay. Very good, Claudia. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. Let's go to Dennis. And Dennis, she had stopped working. Let me have you finish off this paragraph, please. So starting at cars, radios, and TVs.
Okay. Cars, radios, TVs, computers, anything that used any kind of electrical components was useless. Everyone was confused. Mom and I had spent several hours that evening outside talking with our neighbors. I finally got tired and bored. I decided to lie down and hope that things would be back to normal the next morning. Not that. He stayed inside, removed the battery from his car, and spent the evening trying to hear what was happening, but by listening to the old tube radio. Most of what he heard was cryptic military stuff. They were discussing things that regular citizens was not supposed to know about. He heard that in the areas of the world where the sun was still shining, like Asia and Europe, people were dying. Apparently, 65% of the population of the world was already gone when he awoke me. Thank God we were lucky enough to get the news about these during night, so we'd have some time to get prepared. The whole world had no electricity, no communication, no way of knowing what was happening. Very few in the military knew. My dad knew. If we didn't find some way to shield ourselves from the deadly rays of the sun, we would die too. The world as I knew it was already gone.
All right, very good reading. All right, let's go to a handful of words here. First up is regu. Okay, remember that U is going to be an EU sound. Regular.
Regular.
Okay, very good. Our next word is hope. Okay, this is going to have a long that long O sound, an O sound instead of hop, ha. It is ho, hope. Try that.
Hope.
Very good. On the word tired, you had said tired. Okay, go straight to that D. Tired.
Tired. Yeah.
There you go. Tired. Okay. And the first S in the word useless is a voiceless S. Okay. You had said useless. Okay. Useless. Try that.
Useless.
There you go. And last word here, components, with the stress right in the middle there. Components.
Okay. Components.
There you go. Nice job. All right. Thank you, Dennis.
Thanks, Chet.
Okay. Let's go to Igor.
Yeah.
All right, Igor, let me have you read this next paragraph and about half of this next one. So read down to where it says, slow us down, and then all three of us would die.
Okay. This was all happening so fast, and all of a sudden I felt a lump in my throat and began to cry. Dad tried to stay calm, but told me that we had to move quickly. I needed to pack all the food that I could carry along with some clothes and put them in my backpack. He added one more thing. Ask God to help us on our journey. I remember Mom was fussing, but moving fast. When all three of us were ready, we loaded up our bicycles and began. We had flashlights mounted on our bikes, and some of our neighbors laughed and asked us where we are going in such a state. Dad said we were going to visit a friend and that we would be back as soon as we could. Before we had ridden a half-mile from our home, my mom stopped. She could barely breathe. She was always a little overweight and had asthma. We all began to cry because we knew what this would mean. She said that she would rather just die safe in her bed. After all, she said maybe Dad was wrong about what he had heard. Maybe tomorrow will be like any other day. Everything would be fine and we would all have a big laugh about it. From the look in her eyes, I could see that she didn't believe what she was saying. She knew that Dad was right. She also knew that she would just slow us down and then all three of us would die.
Okay, very nice job. All right, let's take a look at the words would and could. Okay, instead of would and could. Okay, would was better than could was. Could had more of an ooh in it. Okay, so but let's practice these. Would, could. Try that.
Would, could.
Okay, instead of could,
Okay.
go to an sound. Could.
Could.
There, that's it. That's it. Okay, try that same thing with would. Would.
Would. Could.
There you go. That's it. Nice job. Okay. So yeah, remember on these words, go straight to an right after that first consonant. Okay.
Okay. Could. Would.
That's it. Nice. Okay, so let's go to mounted. Okay, you are very close on the pronunciation here. Give me a little bit more ow sound. Okay, so mounted. Try that.
Mounted.
There you go.
Mounted.
Awesome. Okay. Now this word would be loaded instead of lauded. It's low, O sound, loaded.
Loaded. Loaded.
Good. And this very first word, this. Make sure to use the short I instead of saying these.
Okay.
This.
This.
That's
This.
it. There you go. Nice job.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
let's go to Nadia.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Nadia. Starting off. Uh-oh. Okay, so Mudai. So at dad. So let's go to. Let me have you finish off this paragraph here and read the next two.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Dad and I were fighters. We all held each other, and I cried more than I have ever cried in my life. We said our tearful goodbyes. My mom and dad held a long and deep kiss with tears flowing down their cheeks. Mom knew we had to keep going, so she got back on her bike, gave me one more hug and kiss, waved, and slowly began pedaling back the way we had come. I was too confused to begin to understand what was really happening that night. Maybe that was a good thing, because I never saw my mom again. Dad and I rode quietly for about half an hour. Tears flowed down our cheeks in the dark. The only sounds were the dull droning of our bikes against the pavement. I have never seen a night so dark. It must have been cloudy, as I could see no stars, without street lights or other man-made lighting. The world was only as large as my flashlight shined. Occasionally, we'd see a candle light in a house or a fire in someone's yard. But that was all. Eventually, the silence was broken by my dad's voice. I guess he felt that he had to talk and let me know what he was planning. He told me that our destination was ultimately to make it to downtown Cincinnati, to find shelter from the sun.
Okay. All right. Very good job, Nadia.
Thank you.
Excellent. Let's take out. Let's take a look. Here we go. Let's take a look at a few words. Okay. First word is the word could. Okay. Here you had said could, as I could see. Okay. This would be could. Try that.
Could.
One more time. Could.
Could.
All right. So here you're going straight to an oo sound, saying could. All right. This is more of an could.
What did I say?
Coo.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're saying an oo sound. This is an could.
Yes, my lips were protruded. I should keep them smiling. Could.
Yes. There you go. Very good. Okay. Now, this word here, at the very end of that first paragraph that you read, okay, the AI actually makes a short I sound. Okay, the word is again.
Again.
One more time. Again.
Again.
And be careful with the short I as well here. On this word kiss, you had said kiss. Okay, remember short I, kiss.
Kiss.
There you go. Very good. Nice job.
Thank you, Chet. You're kind.
Very good. All right, no problem. Let's go to Sergio. All right, Sergio, let me have you read about half of this next paragraph here, okay? So starting at I had, and let me have you go down to Cincinnati, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead.
I had so many questions. I began by asking, why was this happening? He answered that he didn't know. The sun probably didn't this every couple billion years, but he was sure. I also wanted to know that we were going to do this first night. There was no way that we could pedal to downtown Cincinnati by sunrise. He reminded me that he had a friend named Jack who lived about seven miles away. Jack was like my dad and had made even better preparation for any emergency. His house was built during the Cold War and had a deeply buried underground shelter that might shield eyes during the day. Dad mentioned that many years ago, some people had prepared in case of a nuclear war. Dad had concluded that the sun must be pouring out massive amounts of gamma rays following the initial CMA that knocked out all electronics the day before. The gamma rays were radiation that would kill everything that was not protected. He hoped that Jack would allow us to spend the next day in the shelter. If we survived the day, then the next night we could make it to Cincinnati.
Okay, very good. Let's go to a few words we can practice, Sergio. First up is the word Cincinnati. This is the name of a city, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Okay, hit that D sound at the end. D, Cincinnati, Cincinnati.
This Cincinnati.
Okay, much better. Let's go to right here. Allow us. Allow us.
Allow us.
Okay, so with us, you're saying ours. Okay, this would be us.
Okay, allow us.
Okay, you're still going to an R sound. Okay, so what you want to do when you say this word is open up your mouth a little bit more. Ah. Okay, when you pronounce the R, your tongue is curved. Okay, when you pronounce your tongue is flat against the bottom of your mouth. Okay, so we say allow us.
Allow us.
Good, much better. Yeah, force your tongue down. Okay, one more time. Allow us.
Allow us.
Good, okay. Very good. All right, let's go to our next word here. The word is pudding. Okay, or putting if you want to pronounce the T's. Where did you go, pudding? I know you're over here someplace. Ah, right here. Okay, so puh. Okay, so this is an sound. Putting. Puh. Putting. Try that.
Be putting.
One more time. Putting.
Putting.
There you go. Okay. Now in the United States, we would pronounce those two T's like a D. Okay, saying pudding. Try that. Pudding.
Pudding out. Pudding.
There you go. Nice. Okay, let's go to prepared. Right here. Prepared.
Prepared.
Good. One more time. Prepared.
Prepared.
Mentioned. Mentioned. Ending with a D.
Mentioned.
Good.
Mentioned.
Very good. Okay. This word here is shelter.
Shelter.
Much better. That was really good. Okay. How about buried? Buried.
Bird.
One more time. Buried.
Buried.
Good. Okay. And dad. Okay. Dad.
Dad.
There. That's it. Very good. One more time. Dad.
Dad.
Good. Now, from what I remember, Sergio, a few weeks back or so, you had come into my class, and we were working on the D a little bit. Okay, from what I remember.
Okay.
And yeah, your D's are sounding much, much better. Really good job. Okay, much better job with your D sounds. Good, Sergio.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Let's go to Nura.
Yes, teacher, I'm here.
All right, so starting from right after Cincinnati on the word from there. So let's finish off this paragraph and read down to probably shelter now, I think. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be fine. So from there down to shelter now.
Okay. From there, Dad hoped to locate a building that had a very deep basement that would allow us to remain safe from the harmful radiation of the sun. The secret, he said, was to have lots of stuff above us so that the gamma rays cannot penetrate. That was our only hope. It was getting late, probably around 4 a.m. I guessed it. I then realized how difficult life was going to be without any electronics, no watches, no internet, no cell phones, no iPods, nothing. All at once, I thought about my family, my friends, all the people I loved who I would never be able to say goodbye to or even see again. I prayed that Dad was wrong about all of this, or that maybe I'd woke up to find it was all just a bad dream. But the pain in my legs from all of the beetling reminded me that it was all too real. This just brought a new flood of tears to my eyes. Finally, Dad said that we had less than a mile to get to his friend's house, but he was worried about time. We could see a slight glow beginning to build in the east, and we knew that sunrise was coming soon. I pushed myself so much my legs felt like jello. By the time we got there, I could feel the heat already beginning to build in advance of the rising sun. It was then that I knew that Dad's horrific prediction was right. We both knocked frantically on Jack's door. At first there was no answer. Finally there came a commotion, and a very agitated Jack appeared at the door. Dad quickly shared the information that he had, and Jack did not question him. We told him that he and his wife Barb needed to go out to the shelter now.
Okay, very good. Very good. Let's take a look at some words here, okay?
Okay.
All right, first word is probably a new word for you. The word is agitated. Agitated.
Agitated.
Good, nice job. Okay, now
Thank you.
this word here, instead of being no, knocked, it is na, knocked.
Knocked.
Great, nice job. Okay,
Okay.
let's practice having the, where did it go? Okay, so having a Z sound like was, and then a TH right afterwards. So we're going to practice, it was then. Okay, give me a good TH there. It was then. Try that.
It was then.
Good, okay, so it was then that I knew. Okay, one more time. It was then that I knew. All that?
It was then that I knew.
Good, much better with your THs, okay? Let's go to pushed. I pushed. Okay, so here instead of pushed, it is pushed.
Pushed.
Okay, much better. And the double O in the word flood makes an sound. So the word is flood instead of flood. Flood. Try that.
Flood.
Excellent. Okay,
Thank you.
let's go to some P sounds. Now, your P sounds, you are pronouncing like B's. Okay, the difference between the P and the B, okay, is that a P makes a voiceless sound. Okay, when I say voiceless, that means that there is no vibration here in your throat. A B makes a vibration. Okay, so here are the sounds. We say b, b. Okay, and when we pronounce that b, you feel a vibration here in your vocal cords. That means it's voiced. Okay? B,
Okay.
b. With the P, there is no sound. Okay, so that's the difference. The lip position is exactly the same. B and P. Okay, but we do not pronounce a sound here. Okay, so let's practice some words here. Okay, first up is the word pedaling. Try that, pedaling.
Pedaling.
Good. Okay, let's go to prayed. Prayed.
Pray.
Excellent. And people. People.
People.
Good. Much better with your P sounds, okay?
Okay.
Very good. So yes, keep focusing on your P sounds when you read, as well as your TH sounds. Okay?
Okay.
Those are two sounds for you to keep focusing on, okay?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
All right, very good. Thank you. Let's go back up to the top to Claudia.
Chet.
Yes. Yeah.
Can I ask you? What is legs felt like jello?
Okay, so
What
he
is
is
jello?
okay. He's comparing his legs to a substance that is very unstable. Okay, so this is Jello. Okay, it's a dessert. Okay, that looks like this. It's very squishy and movable. Okay, this is Jello. Okay,
But why is the capital later?
Let's see. Did they capitalize it for some reason? My legs felt like, where is that? I don't know why they decided to capitalize it there. It could just be a typo here. Mainly, maybe because they were thinking of it as a product, but you don't need to capitalize product names. Yeah, on the box, because it's the title of something. That's why it would be capitalized on the box. Okay, like here. But that's its logo as well. It's all capitalized. So yeah, it's probably a typo here, which means a mistake. She shouldn't have capitalized the writer shouldn't have capitalized the word Jello.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Great. No problem. All right, let's go to Claudia. All right, Claudia.
Okay, I'm here.
Let me have you read about half of this paragraph here. I'll have you read until shelter for another day, okay? Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. He hurriedly awoke her, and we all stumbled our way out through the back tunnel that led to the stairs into the shelter. Dad and Jack grabbed as much food and water as they could quickly find and following behind us. For this first entire day, we huddled in the shelter. It was strange seeing this type of building with thick walls and ceilings located in someone's backyard. At first, it was dreary but fairly comfortable. Slowly, as the day progressed, the heat began to rise. After a few hours, it became unbearable. We took turns drinking a little water, but I was sure that we were going to die simply from the heat. I could not imagine what it must have been like for the people outside on the surface. To pass the time, we talked and made plans on what we were going to do at nightfall. By midday, we were all soaked in sweat. There was nowhere to go. Had any of us gone up the steps to the outside, we would have met instant death from the radiation, not to mention the heat. That was the longest day I ever known. We realized that there was no way we could remain in this shelter for another day.
All right, very good, very good. Much better with the words could. Okay, very good job. Let's go to some words we can practice. Okay, first up is going to be met. So met, instant death. So this will have a short e sound instead of meet. Meh, met. Try that. Met, instant death.
Met, instant death.
Okay, good. One more time. Met, instant death.
Met, instant death.
Okay, let's talk about the TH sound. At the end of death, okay, there is a T there. When we pronounce the TH, we put our tongue between our teeth, okay, like this. Okay, we don't stick it out of our mouth like that. It is just between our teeth. Okay, we say met, instant, death. That's how we pronounce that. So let's try that. Met, instant, death.
Met, instant death.
Good. One more time. Death. Death.
Death.
Good. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, let's take a look at some other words here. Okay. Next word is sweat. Okay, this is going to be a short E sound as well. Sweat. Sweat.
Sweat.
Very good. And so let's practice soaked. Give me a T sound there at the end. And sweat. Soaked in sweat.
Soaked in sweat.
Good. Okay. Let's go to the word must. Let's see. Must. Okay. Here you had said ma. It was I think it was more of an O sound from what I remember. It was like most. Okay. This is a short U. Must. Must have. Try that. Must have.
Must have.
Yeah. There you go. Must have.
Must have.
Good, good. Okay. Next word is the word heat. Okay, this is just an E sound. Okay, like a Spanish I. Okay, E. Heat. Try that.
Hit.
Okay, give me an E sound. Here you're saying hit, he. It is he. Okay, like Spanish saying si.
Hit.
Yeah, that's it. Heat.
Hit.
Good. All right, and let's go to located right here. Located with the stress at the beginning.
Located.
One more time. Located.
Located.
And huddled. Okay, this word is huddled.
Huddled.
Good, good. One more time. Huddled.
Huddled.
Excellent. Very good job. Okay, let's go to Dennis. Dennis, let me have you finish off this paragraph and read down through the next paragraph. So down to the daytime, okay?
Okay.
So from we realized.
We realized that there was no way we could remain in this shelter for another day. We would die just from the heat alone. Dad and Jack insisted that we eat something to keep ourselves nourished. I tried to get some sleep, but with everything that was running through my head, there was no way I could sleep. On my mind most were thoughts about my mom. I hoped that somehow, some way she was okay. I thought about all the amazing and loving times we had together. She had made me the person that I was. With that thought, I scooped closer to my dad. As hot as hot as hot as sorry, one more time. As hard as it was, he must have known what I needed. He put his arms around me and held me tight. I knew that if there was anyone who could do it, he was the one that could protect me from all the bad in the world. At some point, it began to cool off just a little. Jack had brought along an old wind-up clock that indicated that the time was 8:30 p.m. Sunset was at 8:15, so we hoped that it should be safe to go outside. Jack went up first, followed by my dad. They came down and indicated that it was safe. We packed up what we could, found our way to the garage and got all of our bikes together. The house was unbearably hot. When we finally opened the garage door, I was hoped to feel some fresh air. I was amazed that it was still well over 100 degrees, and this was at night. I couldn't even imagine the daytime.
Okay, very good job. Very good. Let's check out a few words here. Okay. First up is imagine. Instead of imagine, it's imagine. Try that.
Okay, imagine.
Okay.
Imagine.
Very good. Nice job with unbearably. That sounded good. Let's go to hoped. Okay. Hoped here you said correctly, but the first time you came upon the word, you had said hopped. Okay, so remember that is hoped. Hopped would be with two P's.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the difference there. So we hoped it would be safe. Or it should be safe. So try that one more time. So we hoped that it should be safe.
So we hoped that it should be safe.
Good. Okay, here the word is wind instead of weaned. Okay, an old wind-up clock.
An old wind-up clock.
There you go. That's it. Yeah. The first half of this paragraph that you read was great. Okay, I didn't hear any issues there. Okay, very good job. Okay,
Thanks.
nice. Let's keep going on. Let's go to Goliath. How you doing, Goliath?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing good. Welcome to class.
Thank you.
Let me have you read this next paragraph here. Go ahead and read that whole thing. So starting at we collected down to the end.
So we collected food and other necessities and tried to make the final plans for our next journey. My dad warned us not to look too closely at anything that we might see along the way, since it might be disturbing. We began our fairly short trip to Cincinnati. The first thing that I noticed was actually quite beautiful. The sky had cleared, and along with the most amazing starry night that I was ever seen, there was a strange green glow extending from almost overhead all the way to the northern horizon. Jack pointed out that this was the famous Northern Lights. Only tonight they were farther south than they had ever been. The rest of the journey was horrific. As we approached populated areas, we began to smell death. Here and there we spotted bodies on the road, and in yards, on sidewalks, everywhere. It looked like most dropped right where they had stood. Many were in groups, and I thought about how unusually hot it had been the night before. With no electricity, this cruel trick of nature would have lured most people outside in hopes of staying cooler. It was obvious that the sun's deadly rays killed whomever it found in an instant. I doubt that any even knew what hit them. I lost count at 1,300 bodies, but there were many, many more. A few times I had to stop to vomit due to the stench that now seemed to grow worse with each pedal of my bicycle wheel.
All right. Very good, Goliath. Nice job. Let's take a look at a few words here, okay? First up, you had pronounced this as 300. This number is 300.
Yeah, 300.
Okay.
300, yeah.
Yeah, 300. Okay. Let's go to here and there. Let me find that. Okay, right here. So here you had said her and there. Okay, it would be here and there. Here and there.
Here and there.
Okay, very good. And this next one is a tricky one. Okay, you would pronounce it as starry. Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever you see this with two R's, this is going to follow the word star. Okay,
Starry.
this is a starry night.
I've been lured, like the word we have. I've been lured.
Yes, you were lured into the trap.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, so that is starry, everybody. Okay.
Like starring in the movies?
It would be starry night, and unlike staring. Staring has one R, and that would have an ing ending. Stare will never have a Y at the end.
Yeah, stare to look.
Yeah, to look. To look intently at something.
There is starring in movies. When someone is starring as taking the role of someone.
Oh, star. Yeah, starring.
Yes.
That would be starring. So, starring Angelina Jolie, yes. But that, again, will follow the word star, okay? That will have two R's with it.
Okay.
Okay, if you see one R and an ing, that is stare, staring. The verb to stare will never have a Y at the end. Okay, like starey, okay? That is not a word. Okay? Very good, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go to Igor.
Yep.
Igor, please read this next paragraph.
About,
Yes.
About 2 hours after we had set out, we were crossing the bridge over the Ohio River. In the glow of the northern lights, I tried to look below. I couldn't believe my eyes. There was not a drop of water where the river used to be. That was when it finally hit just how intense the heat must have been to dry out the entire river in one day. I wondered what must have been happening with the world's oceans. When we got into downtown Cincinnati, Dad and Jack decided to let us take a break. Barb and I rested and drank some water while he and Jack took the flashlights and investigated. When they returned, both looked like they had seen the inside of hell. Dad said that they found no one alive, not even inside the buildings. Jack said that it looked like those inside may have lived a little longer, seconds maybe, but all were dead, just like the ones in the street. I felt sick again. Dad suggested that we try to break into one of the taller buildings in hopes that it would have enough structure above and a deep enough basement below to accomplish our goal of finding shelter from the sun.
Okay, very good. Let's take a look at some words here. First up is sick. Okay, practicing the short I instead of seek, sick. Try that.
Sick.
There you go. Okay, how about the word looked? Okay, you had pronounced it lu. Okay, we'll try looked.
Looked.
Okay, very good. Okay,
Looked.
let's go to wondered. Here you had said wondered. Okay, remember,
Yeah.
go straight to that D sound. Wondered.
Wondered.
Good, much better. Okay,
Wondered.
then we have bridge and river. Okay, focus on your short I sounds. Bridge and river. Try that, please.
Bridge. River.
Okay, much better. Okay, so yeah, keep
Okay.
focusing on your short I's as you read through. Okay,
Okay.
about 80 to 90% of the I's that you see will be short I sounds. We use that
Okay.
short I a lot. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
very good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Nadia.
Yes.
All right, Nadia, let me have you read. Let's see here, from just to about. Okay, go ahead. So, hadn't even thought about.
Okay.
Okay.
Just about the time that I have given up all hope, we found our first person who was still alive. He called out when he saw our lights and we rode to him. He was middle-aged with a dark beard and seemed as happy to see us as we were to see him. We all shook hands and he introduced himself as Robert. He said that he knew of a place that was safe and that we would all be welcome to stay, welcome to stay. I looked at my dad, and even in the dark, we both knew that Robert might be our savior. Robert guided us to a large building that was by no means a skyscraper. He explained that it was one of the federal government buildings and that it had a very deep shelter many levels below ground. He was familiar with the building because he had performed maintenance work for the government. We all exchanged what little information that we knew about what was going on in the world. Robert was impressed that we had learned enough to survive, but he had one piece of information that we hadn't even thought about.
Okay, very good. Let's take a look at two words here, okay? Very good job with the word looked. Okay, I saw you go back to that one a couple times. Nice. Okay, the word familiar. Okay, we want to use a short I on that first I sound. So instead of saying familiar, it is familiar. Try that.
Familiar.
Good. And shook. Instead of shook hands, it's shook hands.
Shook hands.
There we go. We all shook hands. Try that one more time. We all shook hands.
We all shook hands.
There you go. Okay. Everything else is good. Nice job, Nadia.
Thank you.
All right, Sergio, let's go to you. All right. So, Sergio, let me have you read. Now we're kind of short on time here. Let me have you read about half of what we have left in this paragraph. So, from he knew down to warn people. Okay, go ahead and read that.
Okay. He knew that some in the government were still alive, but they had no intention of helping our survivors at all. Everyone was just going to have to fight for themselves. I remember being so angry that there were people who knew about the sun and how it would kill, and they didn't try to warn anyone. At first, I was mad at the government, but then I thought about us. We knew that we didn't tell everyone either. How wrong was that? I told this to Dad, and he reasoned that we could not have saved very many, and after all, how many would have believed us? But the government could have at least tried to warn people.
Okay, very good. Let's take a look at some words here. First up is the word believed. Okay, give me a D sound at the very end. Believed.
Believed.
Good. One more time. Believed.
Believed.
Okay, let's try this word here. The word is mad. Okay, you had said made. At first I was made at the government. It is mad. Okay, try that.
Mad.
Good. Okay, let's try the word fight. Okay, have to fight for themselves. Try that, please. Have to fight for themselves.
To have to fight for themselves.
Good, very good. And one last one here. Where'd you go? So I'm looking for helping out survivors. Are you kidding me? Below. Oh, here we go. Okay, so helping us survivors out. Sorry, helping us survivors at all. Try that last phrase. Helping us survivors at all.
Helping us survivors at all.
Okay, so this will be helping us survivors at all.
Helping us survivors at all.
Okay, that would be at all, at all.
Helping us survivors at all.
Good, much better, much better. Okay, all right, thank you, Sergio.
Thank you, Chad.
All right, let's go to Nura, and I'll have you finish up for this hour. We could have at least tried to warn people. Okay, so we are here. So even if, okay, let me have you finish off this paragraph. Okay.
Okay. Even if everyone was going to die, they could have said their goodbyes and made peace with God. I have thought about this a lot over the past 6 years, and I can't decide what would have been right. If people had been told, where would they have gone? How much crueler might
Hello, Nura? Did I lose you? All right, I think I may have lost her. Okay. All right, well, we have about a minute left, is all. Well, thank you guys so much for coming into class. You guys are doing very good. I hope you were keeping notes of the things that you can work on and improve on. Okay. And then the best thing to do is when you go to read or speak again in English, keep those notes with you so that you can remember. Okay, keep that fresh in your mind what you need to work on. Okay, I did the same thing when I was learning Spanish. I always had a notebook in my pocket. Okay, and I would write down words that were difficult for me to say. Okay, or sounds like that, and that's how I tried to improve on my pronunciations. Okay, all right, you guys. Thank you very much. Next up, I believe is my I'm going to be doing everyday dialogues. We're talking about going to the movies, so we'll work on some vocabulary words and some phrases that we could use. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye.
Thank you for such